LG is shipping a new dual screen accessory alongside the launch of their new LG V60 ThinQ 5G smartphone. We're going to walk you through what it is and how it compares to the dual screen accessory that launched last year with the LG G8X ThinQ. So essentially what it is a flip case for your LG smartphone. It's made of a combination of glass on the front and plastic on the back and the sides. It's mostly made of plastic. We have your cutouts for the microphones, headphone jack, call speaker. The right side of the phone is exposed just like the dual screen accessory for the G8X. But unlike the G8X's case, the rear of this case covers almost the entire rear of the phone, and it fits snug around the rear-facing camera sensors. For some reason, LG cut out a big window out of the rear case of the G8X, exposing it to all sorts of potential damage. So I like this new case much better in this regard. Both cases also ship with a magnetic USB-C adapter to magnetically connect a charging cable to the case. This is a pretty nice touch. It allows you to easily connect a charging cable using magnets. What's interesting though is the V60 features a 10-pin connector while the G8X features a 5-pin connector. So perhaps charging speeds may be improved with the V60. I'm not really sure why they changed it. We'll see on the front, there's a small window to view the time and notifications, but it's a static display that cannot be interacted with. If you fold open the case, both screens will power on and you'll see the displays look identical. And that's really the coolest thing about this case is you get a secondary 6.8-inch FHD OLED display with an identical resolution. And you can fold this display 360 degrees, whether it's to help prop up the phone or allow two people to interact with each display independently. It's really up to you. There's a bunch of different settings you can mess around with. There's a little toolbar that pops up on the main display. You can swap screens, which basically just switches the apps you have running on each screen. You can show main on dual screen, which sends the main app to the secondary display. And then likewise, you can show dual screen on the main screen, which sends the dual screen app that's running over to your main screen. You can put the main screen to sleep and turn off dual screen altogether. A little hidden feature that only works with select apps is wide view. And this is one of the coolest features in my opinion. This will stretch one app across both the displays to get one big display. Unfortunately, you do have to work around some big bezels of the case. There's about a 1/2 inch of bezel between the two displays, so it's not the best dual screen solution out there, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. And in the settings, we have even more dual screen settings to configure. You can opt to keep the cover display on indefinitely and set a timeout schedule for when it goes to sleep. You can also set the brightness of the secondary display independently, or you can sync it up with the main display, which is pretty neat to have these options. And if you tap on the wide view, you'll see the list of apps that support this feature. You can also change the wallpaper of the secondary display and choose whether you want an app drawer or not. And last but not least, you can select an app to open up whenever you open up the dual screen accessory. This is actually a really neat feature that could help you get the most out of this accessory. You could have it open up the news, or you could have it open up your text messages right when you open up your phone. The choice is yours. So that's really the gist of it. For $100, I think you could justify the price of this case. It adds protection to the phone and a second 6.8-inch OLED display. There's not a lot of cases that do that. With that said, there's not a ton of improvements over the previous dual screen accessory, but the ribbed texture on the back is, I would say, nicer in the hands, and there's more protection around the back, around the cameras specifically. And yes, you can make calls with the case closed, in case you were wondering. If you guys have any questions, let me know in a comment down below. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDoug.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you right back here in the next one. See ya.